All right, now we are under the groove. Here we are again, another day. So let's say grand rising to all those who have risen up today, man, and is living life as you should on the terms that you should. Um, this is a place, man, where we speak no evil, we see no evil, and we hear no evil. Our conversation, man, for the most part is organic. There is not content per se that we discuss, but what we will discuss is what's real, what's solid, truth. Let's put it like that. I've been on my thing today, man, to say the least. I've been on my thing, man, and ah, gotta say I feel kind of inspired. I feel inspired, man. Uh, there's a lot about me, a lot of you don't know, what I'm saying? A lot of that will remain so. But, there are things about me I want to share, and one of those things is, I kind of I delve into a little bit of everything and everybody. I try to pay attention because I think that's warranted. I think this it's imperative that we pay attention, especially to those things we might think as though have no relevance. You know what I mean? Those things that we have no affinity for, or we're not attached to. I do it for the purpose of understanding. That's why I do it, to understand a lot of what's going on in the world. Um, when it comes to us, man, what I have seen, what I recognize about us, and speaking in terms of what I was just talking about, we're quick to shut the door on those things we think aren't relevant to us. Little do we know they are, you know, little do we know they are. See, because there's education in some of everything, you know, things exist for a reason, you know, they exist for us to get an understanding, to educate ourselves about them, so that if something ever arises, some issue or circumstance, situation comes before you, you have some type of understanding or knowledge, education about that thing. You can have a discussion. You could sit down and you could chop it up, exchange words, conversation and whatnot. That's the reason for, well, that's the reason why I do what I do. I want to just be not just well read, but I want to be in a position where if a conversation comes up, I would like to be able to speak in terms of that conversation. I would like to have um, input about that conversation because I think that most conversations I have with most people actually concern me. You know, so I just think it's relevant. I think it's wise to do those types of things. Um, so that being said, one of the things that I know, man, is some real stuff. It's solid stuff, man. Is that when we do these things, when we indulge in those things that we tend to say or we like to think or feel that they don't concern us, I do it because I know that they do. All right. Because, once we involve ourselves in all this stuff or that we think that don't involve us, what we get from it is always a lesson. It's always something you can learn from it. And in that, what you do is you advance your blackness. Your knowledge, man, is advanced. You get it? You've been educated. You've been educated, man. That's one of the problems with our communities. We don't allow ourselves to be educated, or we've been so miseducated that we don't understand real education when it's right there in our face. So I think that when we involve ourselves in those things, worldly, socially, politically, whatever the case may be, economically, whatever the case may be, what you do is you advance your consciousness, you advance your education. You did. So for me, man, it's always about black advancement, and with that becomes black excellence. That's just what I say. That's what I think. That is my opinion. You don't have to agree. But if you don't, please put it in chat and tell me why that is something you would not agree with. Education is king, man. That's been our problem in the communities, in our society as black people. We've been miseducated. We haven't been educated to the point that we know, or we should know, that everything under the sun is worthy of education, is worthy of knowing. And we want to know these things so that we can better ourselves, so we can advance and we become excellent in these things that most think we have no, no issue with, no concern of or for. So let's change that paradigm, if you will. Black excellence, man. Black advancement. That's to get down. That's to get down. So I want to shout out, man, to the enthusiasts, the you know, YouTube enthusiasts, man, the collective, the Hoover Knights, man, the people. You're welcome here, man. Here is where everything is under the groove, man. That vibe, man. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It ain't no game shit. It's a vibe, man. They've been using that term for a long, long time. You know, for the Hoover Groovers had it, for the Hoovers had it. They've been using this because, it's a vibe. It's a feeling. It's a thought. It's an act. So let's get in this groove. I like to know from each and every one of you, if you have the wherewithal to put it in the chat, what's under your groove today? Today, I'm feeling good, man. Like I said, because I'm here. I'm here. I can say that, man, because I realize a whole lot of people didn't get to this point today. So in that sense, I'm fortunate and I'm blessed. I'm using the term a lot of us use. I'm blessed. And I want to, put that out there. I want to expose that. I ain't gonna wear it on my sleeve per se, but I'm gonna speak on it. I'm fortunate and blessed, man, to be here, man. And you should think the same way, especially if you're in this chat. All right. So, hey, Markel Holman, what it do? What it do? Peace and blessings to you as well, bro. I'm glad to have you in the Get Down. Like as always, you become a mainstay. You, like others, man, this is what makes this thing stand up straight. It keeps it erect. You brothers coming into this thing makes it viable. It makes it noteworthy. You know what I mean? It makes it something that, you can share with others and say, hey, man, this Get Down is going on over here. And they not, with the negative back and forth with other podcasts and other brothers, no. They're not doing that. We're not doing that. So when you come in here, you have to recognize you're not coming here, shooting at brothers. You're not coming here putting brothers down. We're coming here trying to elevate. That's the purpose of this Get Down that we call Under the Groove, touching bases with the people. That's all we want to do, man. We want to touch bases with the people, man. And in the hopes that when we do this, something profound is being said. Something profound in such a way that when this thing shuts down, there's a discussion after the fact. There's something being shared to others who probably didn't show up. Make them want to, have one of them cravings or urges going, let me go check that out again Tuesday. Let me go see, well, not again, but let me go check that out Tuesday to see if there's any truth to that. We're not doing this, man. We're not doing this thing where we are at each other's throats. We're not catering to this Get Down, man, that most of us actually, in reality, cater to. It's a whole lot of negativity out there. That brings me to the thought, excuse me. Brother Coach Zoe from Raymond Avenue. He dropped something the other day, man, and I thought it was profound, man. He said, man, basically, I'm trying to paraphrase here. We with the bullshit. Brothers and sisters are out here with the bullshit. And excuse my French, but that's what he said. So that's, I'm the messenger, man. Go check him out, man. That's Coach Zoe, man. Game banging life coach, man. Coach Zoe. You have to take what he's saying to heart. Just let it inside, man. Let it percolate in your mind, man. It's some real spit. And I say that because most of everything I see on the internet is about some BS. Now I'm seeing athletes going at each other. Imagine that. It ain't just the gangbangers no more. It's the athletes, it's the entertainers, it's even politicians. It's like, man, come on, man. This is all BS, man. This is all BS to keep chaos going, to keep, this system. And it's not really the platforms that put it out there or present it. It's what the system wants. Y'all get that? It's what the system wants, man. I'm not trying to cater to the system, bro. I'm trying to cater to the people, man, in such a way to where, it's being said or it's being put out there that, hey, man, we can do way better than this. There's a lot more at stake than this. All right. So yeah, man, again, welcome to Under the Groove podcast where we speak no evil, see no evil, and hear no evil. Our thing is above board, man, and we trying to push positivity. That's it, that's all. All right. So again, what's happening with you, Markel Holman, man? Good to see you and to get down, man. TJ, what's up, brother from Australia? I don't know. You the same brother, C1 Dead? This a new brother. Hey man, put in the chat, man. You know how you come to this, man. You know who gave you access to this, or who told you about or shared this podcast with you, brother. Because we sure like to hear from you because you have experiences as well. Though you in Australia, the subcontinent, so to speak, man, you guys got your experiences, man. You guys got your pains, man, your joys, whatever life is put at your feet. You guys got that experience, and we like to hear about it here on Under the Groove, man. That's what this is for. Lisa Moore, I see you, sister. How you doing? Peace and blessings, grand rising, no doubt. Look for you last night. Right quick, and I'm saying I looked for you last night in, the book club Get Down, man. People, I say first and foremost, I messed up. I didn't start till around, I think it was 6:30. The thing's supposed to start at 6 o'clock, man. I just got, so caught up, man, in the things I'm trying to do when I get home. I'm gonna do better. I can give you my word on that. If we say 6 o'clock, it's gonna be 6 o'clock. Okay. So again, my apologies is what I'm saying. So, sister, I'm glad to see you and to get out. And blessings back to you and yours. Okay. What it do, Woody? You ain't gonna be able to say I've missed you. I skipped you today. You front and center as you should be, man. How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? Hey, man. Look, somebody got at me this morning. My homie Looney from Rolling 60s got at me. I mean, this is what we do every morning, man. And you and I need to do this as well, Woody. We tap in. As soon as our 10 toes hit the floor, our feet hit the floor, that grand rising takes place. We start logging in and we share, our thoughts right quick, man. And we put in the atmosphere. Have a great day, have a great day. I told you, hey man, today is another day. It ain't another one like the other one. Don't make that mistake and ever assign a new day to one that's old. Those are two different get downs, man. One is past, one is right now. It's an opportunity. All right. So I shared with that brother this morning, man. Hey, today is the day. Today is the day. Take control. Take control of it. Do your thing. And so, I want to say that to everybody in the chat, man. Anytime that you are able to get out of bed, come up from your slumber, man, it's a grand rising. Take advantage of it. That's all I'm saying. Deuce the truth. As a long-standing groover from Seattle, I appreciate everything you're doing, fam. I can't count the homies lost, rather in prison or the grave, who have made the sacrifice for something they know little about. This is the thing, homie. Deuce the truth. We got to start speaking truth to power. What you just said was some real shit. Now, imagine, though. Well, you don't have to imagine. Just know that what you just said, man, how many more can say the same thing? So we already on the same plane, consciously. We know what's going on. We see the loss. We know the pain, and for what? And for what? Then we have those who've been in this situation, who know this, who've been to hell and back, as I phrase it, who've been to hell and back. They're standing, and yet they're not sharing nothing, man. They're not coming on this board, man. Not just this board, Under the Groove, man, podcast, but on the board, period, the board of life, man. On that board that help or that could help give structure to those who need it, give a lending ear, man, understanding, you know what I mean? They're not in this get down, man, and they should be. They need to be. They're the ones who need to be heard. Their input can help change the direction of a lot of what's going on with us, man. They have firsthand knowledge. They have that type of understanding that dudes think that they want or are headed to, don't really understand that it's not what they need. What they need, man, is the schooling, man, it's the structuring, man, it's the love, the education that a lot of us already have based upon all the stuff we've been through. And again, based upon all of us who've been to hell and back. They need to hear this stuff, man, so that they know that's not some place they want to go. Don't forfeit your life, man. So yeah, man, I hear you loud and clear, brother. Appreciate you in the get down, man. And salute to Seattle, man, and all the homies down that way, man. Black period. You know. I don't know you guys' get down there personally, but I'd like to say, hey man, this is a different day. It ain't what it used to be. Game banging is dead. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100, man. Ain't nobody winning. We're all losing in this thing, man. But the coldest part about when I say we're all losing is that means we're not benefiting. But guess what? Someone is. Someone is. They don't look like us. They not like us. They are the ones who are benefiting. We've had, man, listen, man, we've had so much pain and loss, man, to the point where I think it's time for us to redirect our hurt, our pain, our loss somewhere else, not on each other, man. It's that time. It's actually that time. We can't tell, however, because what do we have before us? What's always in front of us? Whole lot of negativity. It's like that's the only thing to keep the engine going, man. Negativeness, chaos, back and forth, brother against brother, sister against sister, brother against sister, sister against brother. That's all we see. That's all we see. And you don't have to go on the internet to see that, or you don't have to go on social media to see that. It's right there in your face. You can step outside the door. You can live in any housing project or any street or so-called ghetto or lower development area, man. The first thing you see is conflict amongst us. Come on, man. This stuff is old. It's time to get a hold of this thing, man. Let's get a hold of our minds, educate ourselves so that we can start redirecting this angst we have, this anger, this sense of unworthiness and inferiority, man. It's time to get it to the point to where we start speaking in such a way that the words that are coming out of our mouth are directed by the thoughts that are in our head. We have to change the way we think. That way we change what we do. We have to get to this point. Otherwise, you won't be able to say, Deuce, the truth that, hey, man, we over here, we groovy as hell, man, blah, blah, blah. It ain't going to last, homie. It's not going to last at some point. And this ain't just for us. The community we come from. This go for all the communities that got these, these destructive influences, in the midst, man. We're going to start eating on ourselves. In fact, it's already occurring. We just don't publicize it, We don't publicize it. But let's get to this point, man, where we start recognizing that, hey, man, a new day has to begin today. It has to start today, man. Otherwise, again, this is all for naught. I'm one that I don't, I'm type to, I put my teeth in something, man. I'm going all in. I'm going all in, So I'm going all in this just as I would or just as I did when I was game banging. Went all in, man, and suffered the consequences. There are real consequences in this stuff, man. But imagine if we redirect that energy and we go all in on something that's positive, something that relates to posterity, something that relates to prosperity, something that relates to productiveness and the people, we're going to get a different look, man, every day. And it's going to be elevated. It's going to be advanced. That's what we have to start doing. We have to start addressing those issues that really we control, those issues that we, those things, those actions that we are committing. We have to start addressing this stuff, man, because ain't nobody else going to do it. All they're going to do is really allow you to continue to do it and then come get those who put in the work. Two birds with one stone, man, or however many numbers that are involved in that old get down. That's the reality, bro. Lisa Moore, like you say, like I said, blessings to you as well, sister. I see you, Woody. Come on in and get down, man. I need to hear from you, bro. All that, what it do, bub? What it do, big? Man, we love each other. We know what it is. What it do is you coming in this get down, homie, into this chat with something profound. Truth to power, homie. Truth to power, homie. you know, spit some education. That's what this get down is about. All right. That's what I need you in here for, brother. I know you. You know me. We cut from the same cloth. We come from the same area. We've been through some of the same things, bro. It's time for us to start speaking truth to power to the people so that they understand, man, that this shit here, this is not a joke, man. It's not a joke. And it's more than what it do, big. Hey, hey, salute, baba, boom. We got to start dispensing knowledge, education, structure. You know, let's teach the people, man. Each one reach one. You know what I mean? That should be your responsibility when you come up in here, Woody. Straight up, bro. I already know, you know what I'm saying, how mean you get down, man. You know, that's a given. Because that's how we get down. But for those that don't know, lace them, man. Lace them. You know, straight up, bro. Suge One, I see you, man. Again, like the rest of them, it's always an honor and a pleasure, man, to see you in the get down. You go on to say, I recently started my second reading of Theodore Allen's groundbreaking work, The Invention of the White Race. See, a lot of people don't know that is an invention. That is an ideology, a concept, man, from and by those. Was never such a thing. You know what I mean? The white race. You know, but yeah, I imagine that's a good read. I think I'm gonna have to include that in my library. Theodore Allen's. Anyway, but let me start over. I recently started my second reading. So you didn't read it already once. And that's how you really digest something, man. The second time you always pick up something that you missed the first time. It's like a good movie. You know, you're gonna watch that movie a couple of times, man, and you be like, oh shit, you know, you get the metaphors, you get how they, you know, mix shit up and give you messages and whatnot. Second time around, you know, who was that? The Bard, second time around. It's never better than the first time, but it's a good thing. Shalimar, I think it was. Okay. But yeah, man, the invention of the white race, mind-blowing work and important for research. This is what we're supposed to be on because I give you this. If we're on that, for sure we would garner and grasp understanding that we don't have about a lot of shit that's going on, about a lot of people that run stuff. I'm pretty sure it's a mind-blowing work. And like I said, I'm going to get that piece, man. I'll be able to speak on it with you in due time. Humiliate clowns. Our people don't understand. This is from Humiliate Clowns, and this is the first I've seen you in this chat, brother. Welcome to the chat. Let me just lace you right quick, man. This get down, man, is above board. You know, you want to come in this get down and speak truth to power, you're more than welcome. No disrespect, though, all right? We want to keep you as part of this chat family. So keep it above board. Never disrespect nobody in the get down, brother. You know, and never disrespect nobody in the comments you make about somebody else. Again, we speak no evil, we hear no evil, and we see no evil. What we do is just speak truth to power. We want to put it before the people, man. You know, just put it before the people. We don't never have to go back and forth with a naysayer or somebody negative who want chaos. Man, let them be. What we do is we X them out. Now, you know, we get to the point where we know, okay, he not with this program. He had no business here. So you're more than welcome, man. We welcome you, man. And it's a pleasure to have you. All right, bro. But you're going to say, humiliate clowns, going to say, our people don't understand the word education. We have to speak Ebonics and break it down so that they understand for real, for real. We have to pray for LA. We have to pray for all of us, homie. But good point. I was just listening to somebody today, and yeah, that's the truth, man. Sometimes we have to speak on the level of our people for the most part. You know what I mean? All of us are not educated. I'm only educated a little bit. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure there are dudes or women and men who look like us, come from what we come from, is on this level with the education. You know what I mean? So I say that to say they might speak in terms of some or speak to terms of things, issues, or whatever that might be above my understanding. You know, in order to get the message across, though, okay, we got to know who we're talking to. I agree with you. So when we're talking to the people, let's keep it on a level where the people can get it. where they understand what's being said so that so they can grasp the meaning of what's being said. Don't talk, highly educated, use highly educated vernacular words to get a message across, because somebody or not everyone will understand what's being said. I get what you're saying, and I appreciate you saying it. So let's pray for everybody, man. Not just LA, man. Yeah, LA is in a bad way. LA is in a bad way. But imagine, man, we get LA on that path that we need to be on. Brothers and sisters, we're the mecca of a whole lot of stuff. We're the leaders in a whole lot of stuff, man. Imagine, man, we get this thing going as it should, as it needs to be. Guess who's going to follow? A lot of brothers and sisters, man. A lot of brothers and sisters. So we're not going to just pray for LA. You know what I mean? We're going to pray for the whole. We're going to pray for each and every one of us, man, that's out there going through something, and we're going to do it in such a way that they understand what the prayer means, man, so that they can embrace it, share it, and even comment about it. So that's a get out. We appreciate you in the chat, brother. Hope you come back, man. Lisa Moore said, yes, I'm watching Philadelphia and the Cowboys game. This game looked like WWF wrestling match. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a little sports every now and then. That's crazy because I stopped watching sports. I mean, I was a sports fanatic. The 49ers and the San Francisco Giants, all right? I'm a little biased, yeah. Philly, well, Cowboys has always been a thorn in our side. I can't, no disrespect to anyone. Can't stand the Cowboys. Green Bay, Philly ain't all that. The Rams, oh my God, Seattle. Anything that go up against the Niners, I don't like them. All right, and I don't like the Dodgers, and I don't like the LA Kings. You see so much of them in the news nowadays. I think that's why I stopped watching so many sports, because all they show down here is LA teams either getting spanked on or cheating. Yeah, I'm messing with y'all. All right, there you go. See one dead. All right, man. Grand Rising from the down under, brother. Just met a brother, man, from down your way. I don't know if he got this get down from you, but this brother's name is TJ. And he say also he's from Australia. See one dead. So, that's a good look. That's two of you brothers from down under, man. I think that's something. Man, to reach that far, and you brothers, man, are tapping into Under the Groove podcast, where we keep everything above board, man. We speaking about our people, man, how to advance them and how to create this excellence, man, where we performing on a level, man, that's, haven't been seen in the Black community in a long time. All right. So peace to you, brother. Good to have you with us. Uh-oh, Lisa Moore said, I joined the Zoom last night, but I was the only one in the chat room. I'll be there next Wednesday, bro. No problem. Much love. Yeah, again, I take responsibility for what went down last night, because I know Al tried to tap in, you, and a couple of others. I didn't get started till after the fact. And when I went in, no one was there, but I went on and got out anyway. Queen and Zinga tapped in, and, we chopped it up for a while. Again, that's on me, people. And I give you my word. I will be more punctual when it comes to that get down, because I think that get down is very important. Also, for those who want to know, for those who want to participate, the link is in the description of this get down right here. Go in the description, get the link to the Zoom meeting, to the Zoom conference, man, for Under the Groove Book Club. And we have at it. The book, I'm already at chapter 2. About to go into chapter 3. Very insightful book, very educational. So for those who want to be a part of that, check out the description, man, where you'll find the link to the Zoom get down. All right. And we love to have you brothers and sisters up in there, because I think, again, education is imperative. We want to change some stuff. We want to restructure how we get down. We want to educate one another. That's one way of going about it. All right. Speaking about education itself is one of the ways I think should be priority one when we speak about education itself. Anyway, that said, sister, I apologize for not seeing you there. And that also goes to you as well, Al. My bad. All right. All right, all right, all right. So Deuce the Truth said, yeah, but it has contributed to who I am as a man today. I love the groove and the comrades I call brothers. It has its moments and it taught me so much about integrity, honor, and respect. Here, here. I'm not shooting down none of what you said previous to this comment, brother. I can relate. And I can say honestly, it's the reason why I'm here now. It's the reason why I'm speaking about what I speak about on this platform now. Hoover had a hand in that. All right. A lot of brothers, like I said, man, and then this just don't go for Hoover. This goes for all the communities, man, who have these type of situations, fraternities, that exist in these communities, man. They all have someone who was a strong leader, was a positive leader, was an educational leader, was a teacher. You know, I walked away. Yeah, I don't game bang anymore. But I walked away from lessons, man. I received lessons from individuals, man, that's going to live with me to the day I die. You said integrity. Hey, man, that's one of them. That's one of them. You know, understanding what masculinity is. That's another. You know, responsibility, man, accountability, man, all those things, man, you can wrap in or, ball up and make one, you can describe them as part of integrity. I got that from that, but I didn't just get it from Hoover's. I got it from, man, some everybody, So again, I get what you're saying, bro. Yeah. Yeah. The groove, it lined me up for these lessons. It lined me up properly, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that. So I get where you're coming from, and I give you your medals for that comment, brother, because it's strong. It's a real one, And like I said, that don't just go out to this brother from the groove. Hey man, that go out to Crips and Bloods too, man. Y'all just get down, man. Speak on it. Speak on it, man. So that we know that you're not far off. We're all on the same plane, man. Let us know where y'all stand, man. Because I think, man, this is an all inclusive get down, and it's all inclusive because you know what? We're all connected. We're all connected. I would be remiss to not mention that. I would be wrong not to say, hey, man, wait a minute. Yeah, Hoover. But hey, man, there's everybody else. Because everybody else has got something. See, that's the thing about our personal identity. Our personal identity, what it does or what it's about, what builds it is not just our history, but our experiences, man, with others. That matters, man. It matters a great deal. And like I said, for me, my lessons, man, have been from some of everybody. So my personal experience, my personal self, man, has been built. The core of it comes from has been built by all kind of brothers and sisters, man, that I've had the experience and pleasure of meeting on this journey that I'm on, you know? So, hey, there it is, man. Again, man, peace to you, Deuce the Truth. Appreciate that. See one day and say, man, I followed y'all ways all the way in Australia, influenced my whole life growing up. Okay. Now we're trying to do this new thing. We're trying to influence the brothers, no matter where they are, be it Australia, Africa, United States, South America, anywhere in the Caribbean, you know, Europe, shit, Asia. To get down now is to find our way, man. Find our way back onto the path, man, because we're off course. We're not on the path. We're not on the righteous get down, man. Everything that we do in this day and age it's off kilter. It's not on point. Trust me, it's not. You know, lessons being taught, man, all negative. They aren't beneficial lessons. They aren't those things that we would put in front of someone for positive structure. You know what I mean? To prepare them for what lays ahead in this thing called life, man, especially in the world. So hey, man, no matter where we are, yeah, there's an influence that, kind of, guides and directs us, man. And some of it is not always good. All right. But being that you said, hey, man, all your life, your whole life growing up, this influence is what got you, it's made you who you are, you know. Let's add to it. Let's add to it. Let's allow influence now on a positive tip to not just direct you, but help you to direct others. Let's get it to that stage, man. Let's get it to that point. I think that's I think that's the wise thing to do. That's what men do. Men evolve, they grow, they lead, you know, and for the right reasons. A lot of us, man, we grow, we evolve, we lead for the wrong reasons. Again, let's get this thing back on track, man. And we're gonna need each and every one of you guys that's in this chat, man, to be a part of this get out. Like I said, I was just listening to brother Coach Zoe, and in his way, he's leading. He's spitting truth to power. He's saying, man, straight up, man, we're on some BS. Anybody with some sense know that, can see that. But he's willing to say it out loud. So this is what we need. We need you guys, especially those who come into this chat, to start speaking on that, to start speaking about it in the manner of which it helps guide and direct or structure those who need it in a positive way. I think that's imperative, man. So when you come here, man, our hope is that when you come here, you leave here with something positive. You leave here with an inspiration, so to speak, to want to share what you heard or what you said on a platform, man, that offers you, that opportunity to do so. Most platforms don't do it. When you tap in with them, man, you see what they're talking about. And so your comments are generally, the comments are relative to what that topic is. It's all negative. This is a different flow, man. It's a different platform. So again, love to have you up in this mug, man. Appreciate you, C1 man. Appreciate you. All right, Woody, what you talking about, man? You say, hey, bro, I got to start off from somewhere. As you should, as we all should. How the saying go? Shoot, man, we got to crawl before we walk. And we got to walk before we run. So however you start your thing off, man, come on, man. You're going to do that crawling, then you end up walking and running. So come on with it. Come on with it, women. We help you along the way. We're going to keep you stable and erect, man. Get you to that point where you walking like, hey, not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. We're here for you, brother. So bring it to the get down. You already know the get down. Bring it to it, man. See, one day it said, your influence reaches all the way to Australia, First Nations, seeing y'all come full circle is inspirational. I think that would apply to any of us, right? Because I'm the type of man that when I see something, man, it ain't got to be something that's generated in LA. It could come from anywhere over the world, but it's more profound for me when it comes from somewhere other than LA or the United States of America, and it's our people speaking it. It's the most inspirational thing to me. And I latch on to it. I then begin to go in and I research, these individuals of this platform to see if that's how they've been, dispensing, this knowledge or this information in a positive sense. That's what I do. But again, man, positive influence, man, especially for us, especially coming from us, man, it doesn't matter where that us is located. As what matters most, man, is they putting it out there for us who somewhere else, thousands and thousands of miles away, to get it. They're putting it out there for us to pick it up, man. That's inspirational. That's inspirational. Can't change that, man. You cannot change the energy of that in no form or fashion. So it's appreciated, bro, just to hear you say it. I appreciate when I'm hearing it said. You get me? Wherever it comes from, and it's right, it's righteous. It's positive. It's about the people in terms of, uplifting them, advancing them, and bringing them to excellence. I'm all in, man. I'm all in. But again, appreciate you, bro. Mark Holman says, you're right, big bro. We need to wake up and mobilize and come together quickly because what's coming down the pike ain't going to be pretty. Trump said DC was a template to be used in other urban areas. You on point. And I've been saying that again, man. I've been saying this, man, but I know I'm not the only one who's hearing this or saying it. The fact of the matter is, you're in here and you're saying it, man, because you're aware of it, man. Again, that's power. That's the right type of energy that needs to be dispensed or put out there for the public to hear and read. Understand, they're not playing. And that's Trump on the federal level. Again, I just shared something the other day about Gavin Newsom on the state level. See, because he is the president of California, not the governor. He's the actual president of California, you know. But this guy just dropped a crime bill, and hey, he's gonna try to trump Trump, just to show. Again, I think it's political, but just to show, hey man, we don't need you down here. We don't need the FBI down here, the DEA, the ATF, Homeland Security. What's that other one that protects the White House, man? Secret Service. We don't CIA possibly. We don't need y'all down. I got it. I got it. So he's going to go out his way to prove that he got it. First thing he mentioned in his crime bill, and this was just done last month, end of last month, is to let those who need to know that I'm deploying the California Highway Patrol in those high crime areas. So again, you ain't even got to be on the highway for them to catch you speeding. They finna come off the highway to catch you just hanging out. You're not even mobile. You could just be standing about, man, but they're finna pull up on your ass. And they're not worried about violating your constitutional rights. Already I think that's a constitutional violation, But hey, this is what he's about to do. No, this is what he signed on to do. It's already in effect. I'm pretty sure of it. California Highway Patrol in the urban areas, so-called ghettos or high crime rates. It's coming down the pike, man. It's already here, in fact. So get ready for that. It's going to be a twofer. Him and Trump competing with who can lock up the most brothers and sisters. Y'all better pay attention, man. Pay attention, man. That's the get out. That's the script. That's the script. And as we, brothers and sisters, continue down this path we're on, this path of destruction, where on this path, all we see is each other. So therefore we attack each other. We go after each other. We disparage each other, disrespect each other. What does that do? It creates an atmosphere of disrespect. It creates an atmosphere of violence. And violence starts in the mind and through words, then action. We see it every day. We see a lot of instigating going on, a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of lies. And all that does is cater to this mindset where, that mindset starts to create a negative energy, a negative output. This is what we're experiencing, man. So they're going to win. There are other apparatuses already erected and in effect that helps or will aid or provide for them those bodies they need to gather up and remove. Some sad stuff, man. But again, Markel, appreciate your observance, man. Appreciate you being knowledgeable in terms of what's about to happen and what is happening. We need more like you in this get down, man. We need more like you in this get down. In fact, we need people to like, share, comment, and subscribe if they see fit to this get down and others like it. Like I said, there are a few that I would speak for. that I would speak for. Whether or not my word holds any weight or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just putting this out here to the people. Uh, the Pope Mitchell podcast, um, Game Banging Life Coach. That's Coach Zoe. These brothers ain't gonna be no funnies, man. They speaking truth to power. You know, uh, I was speaking about Coach Zoe a minute ago, where he said, man, he dropped something. I think he dropped it yesterday, but I just checked it out this morning early. He said, man, we on BS. Black folk own straight BS, man. You know, he also said something I didn't necessarily agree with, but I get it. And like he said, he get it. But see, now this is the part we have to correct, especially brothers like himself and I. When we say we understand how this gang banging mentality uh, influences, or directs, or have one go and do certain things. Yeah, I understand it because I lived a life. He understands it because he lived a life. However, and I'm speaking for me, I don't agree with it anymore. Straight up. Straight up. It's all for the wrong reasons, man. It accomplishes nothing. Even if you going or you sliding to get your man and you missing innocent bystanders, you are still a part of the problem. You are still creating havoc and destruction, hurt, pain, and loss in these communities, man. It serves no one. It don't even really serve your set. It does not serve your set. Trust me. And what I mean by that is, okay, did it help pay a bill? Did it help buy some property on your set? Did it feed one of the homies' baby's mothers? Or you know what I mean? Because she's struggling because he's locked up or dead. I'm just saying, man. Let's really get to the nitty gritty of this get out, man. Let's just call a spade, man. And that spade from my hand is just is this pure point blank. Gang banging is dead. It need to die. It need to die, man. It need to die so brothers can live. Straight up. Straight up, man. I don't know how much plainer to put that. Gang banging needs to die so brothers can live. Now, y'all take that how you want. Again, that's my opinion. I stand on that. I stand on that. In front of anybody from anywhere, my set, any other set. Gang banging needs to die so that brothers and sisters, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, uncles, and aunties, friends can live. Straight up, man. So there that is, man. Chris 223, I see you, man. Always a pleasure, brother. All right, Antonio Anthony, this is the second time I say, hey, man, speak. Truth to power, man. Come into this chat, man. Leave me alone with these hearts and these oranges. I need you to hit me, man, and show the chat some love with a comment, man. Something profound, something progressive, man. Something positive. All right? Yeah, love is positive, but not like that. We want to be able to read that, man. We want to be able to put that in the annals of Under the Groove Podcast's comments. We want that in the history, man. All right. And that go for everybody, man. I'm not putting Antonio on the spot. I speak this way to everybody, man. Truth to power, man. Let's do what we're supposed to do, because I'm telling you, this platform and others like it need to start dispensing truth to power and education. That's where the truth gonna come from. That's where we're gonna get our power. Educate us, man. Educate us, brother. Chris 223, he said being white is a concept. A lot of black face with a white man's heart. I get it. Man, what you been reading though? I think that's power. Being white is a concept. And a lot of blacks, and even the term black is also a concept. But being white is a concept, and actually it exists because of a European state of mind in terms of superiority, or supremacy. You know what I mean? and they had to label supremacy with something. So who are the supremacists in the world? So-called white people, nothing but Europeans, and that's also just something that they made up. But yeah, they needed to attach something with it that could be identified, with this thing called supremacy. But being white is a concept. A lot of blackface with a white man's heart. All right. See one day, hey, big love, sir. We appreciate you again, man. We appreciate the fact that you are where you are and you're tapping in, man, all the way from the down under, all the way from down under. Let me say something too, man. I don't mean to be harsh or nothing. I never liked that guy. What's that dude name, man? There's always on them animal shows, mess with animals and stuff all the time. He want to go in and, come on, man. You made a living on it. But he's sitting up, man, interrupting the ecosystem, man, of the animals, man. The alligator could be just minding his business, man. The dude want to jump on the back of an alligator and, oh my God, man, I never liked that guy. Daryl Irwin, I think his name was. And no disrespect to him per se. I just didn't like what he was doing. To me, that's the type of mindset would, at some point he would elevate that, get down to black folk or aborigines. We're gonna go into the village of the, you know how he talk, man. I just couldn't stand that guy, man. I didn't like what he was doing, man. And I just thought it was fitting. You know what I mean? But anyway, all right. You say TJ is the one I told you about, man. Hey, see one day, see that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that. Now, hey TJ, hopefully you do the same thing. Each one teach one. Hey man, look, man. Each one reach one. Each one reach one. And just let me reiterate this because I think it's necessary. If I should ever mouth something or say something that any of you guys feel is inappropriate, please, man, let me know. Let me know. All right. I needed to say that because sometimes a lot of uh, a lot of my opinions aren't, sometimes our opinions aren't meant to be exposed or meant to be, put out in the atmosphere. All right. Um, but that's one thing. If I'm speaking about something and I got my facts wrong, by all means, man, hurry. Before you holler at me about my opinion, please check me and holler at me about a fact that I got wrong. I think that's necessary. I think that's what we should do with brothers and sisters, period. I don't care where you at. All right. So that is. Again, man, C1, appreciate you, man. Appreciate what you've done for the platform and for the chat. And hopefully TJ take this opportunity to come into this get down, man, and share some experiences in history with the people. See, this the down under, man. I can just speak for me again. I've never been to the down under. I've read on it. I understand its history and how it got established, so to speak. Another thing I don't agree with, but it is what it is because it is there and they are, doing what they do. But I read on Australia, man, so long ago, man, I just never forgot what I read. That's how much it touched me. But to have you two brothers in this get down with us, man, is a blessing, man. It is something to be acknowledged and appreciated. So thank you again. All right. Oh man, it was three of y'all. So Chris 223, your dad? That's what I'm talking about. All right, Chris. I see you, brother. I see you. There you go. There you go. Don't matter, man. Don't matter. What's in your mind and heart, brother? Meanwhile, I'm bright skinned and active as F. Okay. Whole lot of us are. I just me. I'm just a darker shade of this get out. But I know the get out. And it ain't just dark shades like me in this get out. You did? So take that and run with it, bro. Because I said it. I meant to say it in such a way that, man, hey, man, you in this game too, bro. We're in the same boat. So let's get it done. Light or dark. Light or dark. Let's get it done. Appreciate you. Chris Allen, man. All right, Chris. Chris Allen say, I believe if you have some younger Hoovers on the platform, it when at least connecting with the youth, just a suggestion. Okay, and I get the gist of what you're saying, Chris. And again, I've said this, I made this statement, and I mean what I say. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. All right. I mean that. Because I know some who, yeah, they, you know, but they also know and understand the destruction and devastation that they are a part of. And, like I said, man, especially about the youngs, man, we, excuse me, we tend to act foolish, reckless. We tend to be ignorant, you know. But the fact of the matter about a lot of them is that, man, they are intelligent. So even if they don't know something, even if they're ignorant of something, when something is put before them or they being exposed to something, they will go and get a bar of it. They will latch on to it, and it will become part of their makeup, part of their personality, their personal self. So that being said, yeah, I hear what you're saying loud and clear. I hear what you're saying loud and clear. I got you. Mark my words, I got you. Yeah, it's a good suggestion, man. It's a good look. Young and old, man. This is not the Hoover story. This is not the history. This now is the present and the future, of us all. So yeah, each and every one of us need to be involved in this. I'll do my part. All right. Got my word on that. All right, Comedic, I see you. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, brother. You one of the ones, like I say, for the majority of this chat, and for the majority of the people who come into the chat, even the new ones, man, even those who haven't been in the chat before. And hold on, let me just say this. Under the Groove, man, touching bases with the people is every Tuesday and Thursday, you guys. 6:15 to whenever we feel like, okay, man, I got my stomach's full. Let me go on and, see if I can, excuse the term, shit some of this out so somebody else can smell it. All right. That's what we're talking about. But hey, man, that's the get down, man. Um, Come and get down on this get down. All right. But we have brothers like Comedic, man, as aesthetics, man, and others who come in on this get down, man. Truth to power. What they put down, man, is teachable stuff. It's education. And I would advise anyone who come on this get down, man, to pay attention to what they're saying. They have a suggestion in terms of a book, in terms of a thought, in terms of whatever the situation, the conversation is. I would suggest you pay attention. So again, it's a pleasure to have you up in here, Comedic. He said, Bub, being as real as possible, the political view of a game banger differs largely from a revolutionary in terms of what they are willing to or willing to do and stand on. What are your thoughts? Okay, and I'm gonna read that again. I get just what you're saying. Trust me on that. All right, you said, Big Bub, being as real as possible, the political view of a game banger differs largely from a revolutionary in terms of what they are willing to do or willing not to do. I just throw that in there to help you with that because I think that's what that means. And on stand on and what are your thoughts on that? I agree wholeheartedly, but I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you what I really think about game bangers, and not all game bangers, but game bangers, I think in general, that revolutionary is in there. He or she is in there. It's just the education of the individual, man, that is either stymie that revolutionary or the education that brings it forth. It go either or. But trust and know, I come from that game banging mentality, and I like to tell you right here, right now, I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. And I'll stand on that. I stand on that. I know that there are people who love me and they know If hey man, something ain't, hey, they worried about me because they know I am a revolutionary. The time is now to revolt, man, against this life that we're living, that this life we claim or profess to be a part of. Let's look at it in that sense as a revolutionary. Let's revolt against this death and destruction by and at our own hands. Let's change that, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do that. You know, Again, I say it because I mean it. But there's no win in this. But I guarantee, I've been guaranteed, and I can guarantee the guarantee that was given to me that if we start to educate ourselves and think on another level, we can change revolution. We can change what we're experiencing as a people that we all know to be harmful, negative, and detrimental, just to us, just period, point blank, to our lives. I'm a revolutionary. I know this. You know, the difference though, like you're asking, the difference is the education, bro. Is the education. There are other revolutionaries, man. They exist who were game bangers, and I dare say who are game bangers. It's the education though that's going to bring them into the fold. And see, this is why we've been so miseducated, so that the revolutionary cannot thrive, cannot start to sprout up, man, cannot grow and become this force, this forest of trees, man. You know, these warriors. All this stuff exists, man, to prevent that thing from happening. They, all it is just a metamorphosis waiting to take place, bro. But they need the right education in turn. The right sunshine, you know, the right nourishment. You know, they need to know how to evolve. It's been placed in front of them, the stagnant program again, I don't want to point fingers at nobody because I think we've been in this thing long enough to know better. But however, there are factors at play that keep that potential revolutionary from coming to pass, coming to be. There are things at play, man. There's so many distractions, man, that prevents that. Our reasoning, our cause, our goal is to wake up that dormant revolutionary. Game bangers are not just the tip of the spear, man, not just the vanguard, man, but they are the revolution. They are. I hear it said a lot. A lot of us, we quick to say, nah, man, F them. Let's go get the babies, man. Let's prepare the babies. Yeah, you're supposed to do that. But there is no better revolutionary or disciple than that individual, those individuals who've been in the muck and the mouth, who've experienced trauma, hurt, and pain. All they need to know, all they need to grasp and get inside this here, man, is an understanding of why all this exists and to what end it exists for. We just we got to nudge them. We got to undress them, man, get them out that and put them in this, man, put that on them. Wear the khaki suit if you need to. But on it, start applying them medals, man, and them patches that represent, man, warriors, brothers who understand, man, their reason for being. And it ain't the game bang. I think that, I don't know, man. They're not in it yet because they aren't educated enough yet. And again, man, it shouldn't take. See, if we do not educate them, when they become full-fledged revolutionaries, when they wake up, guess where they all be? Where a lot of us ended up and had to understand our real reason for being in prison. And if you become a revolutionary in there, guess what? They ain't letting you out. That's just real spit, man. We've had brothers, man, sisters who went in there, man, ignorant as hell, destructive, just full of self-hate, the whole nine, man. After 10 or 15 years, 20 years, they realized something. It hit them. They have been doing a disservice, not just to themselves, but to their people. So now they become to awaken, they become conscious. Now they are revolutionary. They have the minds of revolutionists. And the people get wind of that. Because you got cats in there, Judas is in there, would tell the people quick. Hey man, he passing around this book and that book. And he I've seen red, black, and green in his cell. So the people already know because they've been told by the Judases what your mindset is now. And that's based upon also the conversation starts to change. The identity of one starts to change. And with that change, what you say and what you do also changes. It evolves. But you in prison. You are a full-fledged revolutionary, but you're in prison. What we need you for, what you're needed for, actually, you can do very little to that cause in there. Put out the right literature. You know what I'm saying? You could start lacing brothers, because it's been done. But the fact of the matter is, your powerful black butt would not get out of prison for 50. We're not, well, we got brothers coming home 45 years, 47, 50 years because they realized something. And the people realized that they realized it, so they kept them till they were old men and women. Let's avoid that. Let's avoid our brothers and sisters waking up incarcerated, waking up as revolutionaries or as revolutionist. Let's wake them up now, man, before they get to that point, before, man, that all that revolutionary might, will, and energy is on the shelf. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. A lot of them aren't willing to do it because, again, a lot of us are not willing to speak truth to power to them. A lot of us will say, oh, well, let him learn the hard way. Oh, man. We are not expendable, man. We have to stop looking at each other, especially our young, as expendable. They matter, even when they don't realize that they do. But you got to give them something, man. And I don't mean give them something in terms of in a monetary sense, because a lot of them, yeah, they just want you to give them shit. But what we can give them that's free is education. G homies go start hanging out where they hang up and you speaking truth to power. And every time they see you, they're gonna stop coming over there. Or they're gonna start coming over there to hear him speak truth to power. I go for all the communities, man. And I know some of y'all say, man, they ain't going over there. Somebody ride up and shoot them. Yeah. But I know one thing, the G's know where to find them. G's know where to find them. With those places they call their safe havens. Yeah. Jesus know where to find them. Go find them and go dispense to them, man, education. Help build this revolution. Help build something different, man. Help create, man, what we need now to get us through, man. We need a whole new creation. Game banging ain't it? Why a lot of them won't do it? What would prevent them from doing it, man? You know, again, uh, there are a few things. I just gave one example in terms of those elders, man, those who know the business. All right, they not stepping up. Okay, that's one aspect. The other is, a lot of them just they are, conditioned to think the way they are. How do you beat that? How do you combat that? How do you get these young brothers, man, to be willing to put aside whatever differences they conceive, to be the issue in their lives? How do you get them to do that? Okay, so if the G can't talk to them, who else? Who else do we have? Do we have the mother? Do we have the father? The uncle, the auntie? Do we have the brother or sister? There are too many ways to combat this ignorance that we aren't combating. We aren't addressing, man. Too many. And again, man, for a lot of us, see, the hard work is the work a lot of people don't want to do. And that includes the young. They don't want, it's too easy to be destructive. It's hard, man, to put in the work, the real work, the positive work, that productivity that's going to change, not just your community, but yourself. That work that's not going to just change you, but those around you. That's hard work, man. A lot of them don't know hard work. It's not hard to get somebody to give you a piece and go do some stuff. More than likely, the individual that gave you the piece ain't gonna go do it himself. That's hard work, for them because they know better. So it's not hard to get that. It's not hard, man, to drown out your subconscious, what's being said to you in yourself, your soul speaking to you like, hey man, this ain't right. I'm speaking from experience. But we fight against that. We fight against that because we understand that, man, the hardest thing for me to do is just go over there now and shake a Hoover's hand or say, hey, man, I'm not tripping no more because it's something greater I need to be doing. Know why it's hard? Know why they're not willing? Because they've been led to believe that that's some buster shit. You're a mark. You're a hook. That's the issue. That's part of the problem as well. There's a cancer in our communities, man. And we are not excising it. We are not cutting it out. We're not combating it. We're letting it spread. So people saying, oh man, them youngs, they unattainable, you can't help them, incorrigible. There's no help for them. Let's go get to say the 10-year-olds and the 11 or 10, 9. Hey man, what do you think? You think that stuff ain't spread it? Same thing. Same thing about my generation. Absolutely. So yeah, man, I hear you though, Comedic. I hear you, man. Um, I think the revolutionary or the revolutionist already actually exists in each and every one of us. That potential just have not been tapped into yet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. And again, I said there's a lot at play, and it's at play for a reason. Because you rather have these young so-called or potential revolutionaries fighting and killing each other rather than being revolutionaries for the people in the cause. And that cause will be Black advancement, Black excellence, or justice, equality, the things that matter. It's real spit, man. Real spit, man. We have to do more. We have to do more. Real shit, man. Excuse my language. Kendrick Coleman said, OG Bub, Texas tapping in, power in the people. That's it, man. So we acknowledge that there are power in the people. What people? All of us. All right? Even the game bangers. We have to tap into them. We have to help them realize their power. I mean, not that power that they think they have, man, that makes them, it's almost like they chasing clout, man, that don't last long. They're chasing a power, man, that won't sustain them, that won't elevate them, uplift them, won't feed them. They're chasing a certain power that's destructive, man, that's going to kill them. It's going to send them away, and then eventually make them hungry and miss family, hungry for love and understanding and acceptance. That's what it's going to lead to, So yeah, we got to tap into the power in the people, man. That's all I've been saying. The power is already in us to be revolutionaries, to be more than game bangers, man. To be whatever the hell we choose to be, especially if it elevates one, if it advances one in his, we have to tap in, man, and help them gather understanding, help them to acknowledge that there's power in them. Real power, man. Real power, man. Real power, man. All right. I don't want to be just redundant and keep reiterating the same thing, but that's what I feel, and I'm speaking about my feelings now, and I don't do this often, but I do understand that a man, it's many things. He's a man that feels. Also, he's just not one that think or is logical and rational. Man feels hurt, pain, loss. Man suffers. So I'm telling you what I feel. I feel more than I know because my spirit tell me so. We got power, man. We're just not exercising it. We haven't tapped in. No, they exist, man. You one of them, though, Comedic. You one of them for sure. For sure. A revolutionist in progress. All right. So he goes on to say, and this is comedic aesthetics of black man and woman of America. We need a uniform plan / structure that enables us to spiritually and morally, as well as monetarily, expand and control vital natural resources so we can have say so. Hey, man, preach to the choir, homie. Yeah, that's the get down. That's the get down. Now, what we need to be aware of in terms of why it's not that when it should be, is that everything that's at play against us, we don't look at it like that, though. We don't look at the fact that, there's a lot of manipulation going on. We don't pay attention to that. We think this is just some off the rip shit, that we act in this way and we doing this like that. And no, man, we're being manipulated. We're being manipulated. We run this, the reason why we need a uniform plan structure that would enable us spiritually, morally, monetarily, and even politically to run our own. The only way to get to that is to clear our minds and understand that there is a power at play that is doing everything it can to prevent that. There's so many examples of how this stuff started, man. Gangs is just one of the aspects in that whole get down. Gang banging on the level it is, and then social media also play. These are just New parts of the machine been put in place to keep the machine going, to keep us distracted. You know, they started this stuff a long time ago, man. You know, we're just in different time. This 2025. This is not 1970, 1960, 1954. This is not 1820, 1865, 1880. But the machine, all it's done is evolve with the times. And that elevate, the evolution of that machine is it exists for only one purpose, man. That's to keep us in control, to keep us on the path they want us on. To do anything less than that would mean then we wake up and we destroy the machine. We revolutionize what the concept of being an American is, or what justice is, you know. We rewrite the Constitution. We establish black banks, black universities. It's a cold thing, man, but the reality is this thing exists. And we're left in this thing to function as individuals who have, one, no education, and two, no love of self as a result of everything that's being done to us. All it's done, all this machine, its purpose is to strip us of our spirituality, all right? Our morality, our dignity, you know, self-respect, man, self-love, man. That's why this thing exists. This is why we see everything that we see going on. Straight up. Straight up. Again, I'm one, I can speak on this because I was one. I was one. And it was what it was. And that meant, when I say it was, I'm the type of person, when I say something like that, a phrase like that, most people said it didn't have nothing behind it to express or explain what you mean by it was what it was, or it is what it is. It was what it was because my mind was messed up. I was in the wilderness, man. I was lost. I was lost. My heyday came real spit, man, before the drug game in the early 80s. You know, I started to find my way in this gang life, man, in the late 70s. I'm observing some of everything. I'm learning as I go. And I'm applying this stuff, man. From juvenile halls to camps, youth authority, prison, you know, to streets. I was one that lived it. And there are many, many like me. Many. Part of the problem. Part of the problem. Spiritually dead, man. Morally dead. Didn't have a moral compass nowhere in my vicinity, man. You did. And again, that goes for just scores of us. Yet, man, there are scores of us, man, who know now, who know better. But not to the point where they're acting, man, in terms of reshifting, you know, the paradigm, reconstructing the thought patterns of those that's coming up behind us. Because the truth of the matter is, our thought patterns were constructed by others other than ourselves. You get what I'm saying? Shit's some real shit, man. I say this, and I say this to the revolutionaries, man, who profess to be that or whatever the case may be. We are at war. But a lot of us got it twisted. A lot of us got it in our minds and our souls that we're at war or at war with each other. Don't realize, man, that, nah, man, war is being waged against us by unseen hands, ghosts. So for a lot of us, we don't understand how to fight something we don't see, something we can't comprehend. or understand. So what we do, we fight what we see. We fight what we blame for whatever the case may be. And in most cases, that or they or whatever it is you're fighting is somebody look just like you. We are at war, man. We have been, but not with each other. It's just made to seem like that. We've allowed that thought process to exist. Not enough of us are speaking up and speaking out. Facts. Facts. Not one of us is expendable, man. Not one. Be that through death or incarceration, drug addiction, alcoholism, mental health, whatever the case may be. Not one of us is expendable, man. Straight up. So yeah, man, I hear you, bro. I'm talking to Comedic, man. I hear you, bro. You know, we do need a plan, a uniform plan and structure, to help rebuild, man, help bring back our spirituality, our morality, man. Help us to understand, to educate us on how money really works and how it benefits us. We are people, man. We spend trillions of dollars in this economy. I'm just talking about the United States. We spend trillions. All right, let's say 1.5 trillion. Okay, just no. How much of that do we reap back? Of our dollars that we spend, how much of that comes back to the community? Now, for instance, put in front of you another demographic. You can say Asians, Indians, um, Jewish people, Jews, Caucasians. I'm going on. What do you think they spend as a unit? And then what do you think they bring back? All right. I'll give you an example. Asians. They've cornered two markets that cater to black women, period, point blank, nobody else. You might have some others, Hispanics, Latinos, and and some, Caucasians come and, do with, the wigs and the weaves. Black women. Black women. Eyebrows, eyelashes, fingernails, toes. Buku money. Asians make that money. Guess where it go? I don't get nothing back to you. I've never heard of a Asian nail shop, wig shop, hair shop, whatever shop give a black woman that been there 150 times one free toenail job, hand, pedicure, medicure, one free $500 wig. You know, I'm just saying, they don't give you none of that back. They send that money, man, where they know it's supposed to go. Now, for those of you, let's say, own a business. I don't care where you own that business at. I really don't. Unless you got a 7-Eleven and you're black, or a gas station and you're black, that may be the only time you'll see an Asian come spend some dollars, because really they don't see your face. Because if you own a 7-Eleven or something of that nature, more than likely you would hire somebody other than yourself to go in there. You know what I mean? That's just, let's say what it is. But if they saw your black ass in there, and excuse me, I'm just, or that you were the proprietor of that business, you think they're going to come in there and spend their money with you? I'm just asking the question. All the shit they talk about you and yours, you think they're going to give you $1 of their money? Yeah. We need a uniform plan, structure, that enables us to spiritually, morally, as well as financially or monetarily. And let me throw this in there, politically, all right? Politically expand us as a people, man. Straight up. Straight up. We are in dire straits. Where are revolutionaries? In the streets killing each other, man. That's where they at. Straight up, man. In the streets killing each other. And like I said, if you didn't get it, I'll say it again. Gang banging is dead because they're going to kill each other. But we need to find a way to kill gang banging, man, so we can live, man. Straight up. There it is. All right. There it is. And we always see, I had to give an example about other demographics in terms of economics. But my point to that was this: we have not been properly educated in terms of economics, man. All we've been taught to do is see something we like and go buy it. We haven't said, where's that factory, that facility that makes that? I got 250,000. I got 3 more homies got 250,000. Let's go see if we can drop a contract and build up. How can we get some of that bread? And we take that facility and we build it where we know our people spend that money on that product. We get that money. We get that money, man. Come on, man. Y'all, come on, man. This is not hard, man. This is not rocket science. The fact of the matter is, it's only that we have been miseducated. We have been miseducated, man. You know? Comedic said, man, we need more of our youth to become a lot more hands-on studiers of the present. True that. They need to know, you know what I'm saying, politics. They need to know the history. They need to know about social studies, the whole nine, man. They got to get the whole script, man. You got to have them understand why it's not wise to kill each other. They got to get the whole script. You got to get the whole script, man. Lisa Moore said, once we form a unity as Black people, I would love to see a Black Wall Street. That's the whole thing. That's just going to come. That's just the natural progression of what's going to happen. And this is what I'm saying. Why I'm saying what I'm saying. That is a fear that they have of us accomplishing. So how do you assuage or how do you placate that fear? How? You make sure the ambassadors don't get wise to the game and mess up they get out and put them in a position to where now y'all got to feel what we felt. Don't no money get made unless we making it too. Real stuff, y'all. Real stuff, man. And again, man, I ain't tripping, homie. I know where the hell I'm from, but you know what I know about where I'm from? I was taught, and little did I know, I was, because I didn't see the forest for the tree. I was a revolutionary the whole time, man. The whole time, man, that I was wasting time, I was a revolutionary. Not just me. Scores of us, the whole time, we were revolutionaries. We were the people's army. We were the people's politician. We were the people's bank. We were the people's power the whole time. Kendra called me and said, thanks for inspiration. You give, homie. Stay blessed. Focus on the focus, bro. Yeah. Let's focus on the focus, man. Let's get down with this. Get down. Continue. That it's not going to be always there for us to address, to attack, you know, to have an opportunity, man, to change those things that affect each and every, ain't no, that affects each and every one of us. There is not one of us that has a different experience. We might have a different aspect or perspective, but man, we all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. You got to know this, man. The inspiration comes from every one of us that's in this boat, man. Every one of us. That means if we're in a boat we're in a boat, man. Can you imagine somebody coming from Cuba or Haiti on the high seas in this boat? However, there are very few pedals, right? Very few oars to get them through the water, these waves and shit. And people start reaching over using their hands. But that's inspiration. We doing the work, man. That's the inspiration. This is how we inspire each other. A lot of us ain't got shit. But I bet you, man, we get over the fact that, okay, man, the system that got us where we ain't got nothing, man. We start looking at it differently. What we'll learn first is that we have each other. There's our motivation. There's our inspiration. You know? Once we realize, man, that you love you enough to see that you need this guy, this woman next to you that looks just like you, we're going to get it. We're going to continue to inspire one another. I'm going to tell you something. In terms of this history in the U.S., United States of Corporation, one of the most inspirational eras and times for us, there were a few. There were a few. And these were brothers and sisters who didn't have nothing, whose parents come out of slavery and sharecropping, Jim Crow, whatever the case may have been. They inspired each other. Okay, I'm gonna learn this. I'm gonna learn that. I'm gonna go to, university. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. Well, man, I'm gonna create this. Well, I'm gonna create that. And it was a good and healthy competitiveness. You know what I mean? They worked together. The majority of them didn't have anything, man. So when we hear brothers and sisters, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got time. I'm trying to get, no, man, you are living. You are living. And most of us don't have to be able-bodied. As long as the mind functions in such a way that, man, it's always imaginative. It's always visionary. It's always putting forth, ideas to change a circumstance. They're your wealth, man. That's what you got to work with. Stop, man, with these excuses. We got to, man, we are all in the same boat. We all need to be inspired to push forth in these waters, man. These waters are treacherous, man. We've said this before. So let's get it. Comedic said, man, since we outgrown our childhood petty and limited child aspirations, since we must outgrow our childhood petty and limited child aspirations and develop a more adult expanded mindset. We must do that. But we do it. Why? For what reason, Comedic, do we do this? For what reason do we go out of this childlike state of mind? You dig? What is the reason for that? Put that before the people, man, because I know you can. Let them know the reason why we outgrow childishness and childish things, man. Why we outgrow being irresponsible or unaccountable. Or why we should and need to outgrow self-hate and hate of, others look just like you. Put it before them, man. We're not boys anymore. We're men. We're not girl. You are not girls anymore. You are women. It's the thought processes, man, that need to be applied, man, when we talking about this. Get down, man. All right, I see you, sick wine. Crazy sick wine, man. What it do, man? You hear the conversation, man? You hear it? You're a part of it? Let's hear what you got to say, man. What's your input on this get down that we're discussing? And again, people, just so it be known, this is not content. This is a conversation. All right. I don't sit up, man, and write stuff down to talk about with the people. This shit is spiritual, man. Conversations, especially dealing what we're dealing with, should be spiritual. Should be spiritual, bro. First. Comedic says, man, we need a lot of the OGs across the sets to create a universal podcast show by, let me read that again because you're on point, homie. And I've said, yeah, go ahead, man. Comedic said, man, we need a lot of the OGs across the sets to create a universal podcast and show by and lead by example. Real spit. Markel Holman says, and that speaks volumes because just by having a certain kind of reading material can get you validated. Meanwhile, the whites and Mexicans can still have all kinds of books relating to their get out. Right. You're speaking about the revolutionary in jail. I'm going to try to catch up, man, to these comments, man, in the chat. But man, like I said, I'm going to waste another minute at least. When I come here, man, I come here expecting. I come here excited. I come here excited, man. Because although I spent my day working for Gilmore, I'm still thinking about trying to put in some work for my people, man. How to get to the point where we can tell Gilmore that. And then next thing you know, where I'm working at, Gilmore got to come to me and get the tile and the marble slabs and all this stuff because we didn't figure out a way to pool our money and go, hey, man, we got people, man, somewhere else, man, that can go and, produce this stuff, dig this stuff out, ship it to us, man, and we could sell it at rock bottom prices. We can corner the market. I come here excited, man. Just talk to the people, man. Let them know, man, what my day was like, man. My day is, hey, man, yeah, don't get me wrong, man. It's a whole lot in life we got to deal with, a whole lot. But I think there's a time and place for everything. When I come here, man, I'm coming here, I'm coming here, y'all, to say, hey, man, where I was, the place I was, and the time I spent there, this is what I was going through. How about yourself? How about yourself? Come on, man. We are still here in spite of it all. Come on, man. We're still here in spite of it all, y'all. Comedic says, Bub, you got to do a podcast with Raymond Cooks, Danifu from Bonzella Boys. He say Hoover Joe was his little homie. He full-fledged revolutionary. He was on Kev Mac recently. Absolutely. I watched every episode that he dropped. I got it from Joe's mouth that he was the big homie running that get down, whatever. I know the whole story, man. I got it from Joe's mouth. I'd love to get it from his. In fact, I got a line on him. I didn't want to go behind Kev Mac because I thought he did such an exceptional job on that piece. Hey, man, give him his medals, man. Give him his medals. That one stands out more to me than anything he's done. Give him his medals, man. I got at him. I told him, man, great job. Excellent job. That situation, what you suggest could still be put in play, but I would want to do it from a different angle because like I said, man, it's not about, and this is competitive, I think, in a positive way. You know what I mean? That brother did an exceptional job, man. So I would want to, if the elders, man, the spirits that be deem it so, I got a different approach about a whole lot of stuff, man. But, not to undo or top what Kev Mac did because, like I said, it was great. Period, point blank. But yeah, the brother, man, he talking about Raymond Cooks. Woo. But you know what? Whole lot like him. Yeah, we need to hear from these brothers, man. We need to hear from these brothers, man. Chris 223 says, because a black man doesn't know himself until his back is against the wall. Truth to power, man. Poke Cat, hey, Poke Mitchell podcast. Hey, man, salute right back to you, brother. You say, salute, bud. Me and Bo Pete being with the loved one that's lost his son, man. Our condolences, brother. You know, and hey, man, give them that love and support they need, man. Get them through these trying times. But, you know, loss is never anything that's easy, you know, to deal with or get over, you know. People are impacted. I don't know how this life was lost or how it ended, but it doesn't matter, man. People are impacted by the loss of life, especially those they love. So we send our condolences, Pope, man. You brothers be strong, man. Give that support as needed, man. Bo Pete, peace and love to you, homie. Peace and love, homie. Yeah, see, this thing is real, y'all. This thing is real. It's real in the field. This is what one of the G's said to me on the podcast. You know, salute, homie. It's real in the field, man. I don't care what field you in. You know, it's a lot of fields that we are in. All right. Whatever field we find ourselves in, man, it's real. Ain't nothing make believe about this, man. Ain't nothing make believe about it. It's real. Therefore, you better focus on the focus, man. Focus on the focus, because you got to know you are in a get down, man, that's getting down. You know, it's real in the field. Appreciate that saying too. Raymond Scott too. Salute, bub. I've been watching your channel since you first started. Thank you for providing this insight. It's truly needed amongst us, bro. Hey, Raymond Scott too. In all due respect, this is the first time I've seen your name, brother. Um, just the fact that you've said you've been doing it this long lets me know that I'm not really focusing on this get down like this. But this is a new get down where we're doing touching base with the people. I've attempted, and most people know to read every comment on every episode I've done, man, from day one. You know, it became a habit of mine because I wanted to clean out the mess. Even back then, I didn't want the mess in my get down. You know, a lot of disrespect when I first started. But I made it a point then. Well, it was maybe the first 2 weeks because, you know, I came to a, chip on my shoulder. I want to comment and dress people down for shit they were saying. And I was, advised that, hey, man, that, nah, what for? So I stopped doing that, but I continue to read the comments. And again, man, if I don't recognize your name, it's not because I haven't read the comments. There's so much that I've read over this year and a half, almost 2 years, that, hold on, people. There we go. All right, that, just probably have slipped, my acknowledgement on my memory. All right. But man, I appreciate you coming in this get out. The fact that you spoke or you left a comment in the chat the way you did, we look forward to seeing you again, brother. We look forward to seeing you again, because if what I'm saying to you matters that much, we're more than likely going to see you again. And not only that, we're going to be reading your input. And that is a blessing. Much needed. Appreciate you, bro. Salute to you. All right, Damu Robbins, I see you. Same old, same old. You got to stop being through. See, we got to change the game, brother. I need to hear what's on your mind, man. Every time you come in here, Damu, your buddies always said, hey, man, salute to the game, big brother. Holler at us, man. Holler at us, all right? All love, though, brother. All love. Appreciate having you in the get down, all right? Just know that, man. I really do. Oh, we do. Hydro Hustler, you back. That's some good stuff, man. Hydro Hustler swing trading. All right. Real talk, he says. All right, it's real just to have you in this get down, man. Same go to you. Same thing I said to Damu Robbins, man. Come on, you come here, man. Come on in here, man. Hustlers, no. No, those are some more revolutionaries. See, them the money guys, the hustlers. We need you revolutionary hustlers, man. Come on in and just get out, man. Let's make this happen, man. Conversation first, though. Let's break bread, man, through conversation and tapping into this chat. This is Under Groove. We are touching bases with the people. And here we speak no evil, see no evil, and hear no evil, man. Everything is above board, man. We're talking about the people and not just the people from Hoover. We're talking about the people from 60s, from Brims, from East Coast, them lanes, the bounty hunter, the great, man, we talking about the people, man. Straight up, man. And the people are more than welcome to come in here and just get out, you know. Like, share, subscribe, man. Comment. Subscribe if you see fit. This is not something we force y'all to do either, And you ain't got to super chat us, man, to come in here, man. I'm going to set that thing up for y'all too, so we can get brothers, sisters come in here, man, give them, a minute apiece or something like that and have a conversation. I think that's worthy, man, of the people, man, to not charge them to hear what they have to say, especially if it's above ground, it's solid spit, man. So there you go. Okay, and I know Frog checking out to get down, Pope. Yeah, I know he appreciate hearing that from you guys, man. He's coming along too. He's well. West Coast, and don't worry about because you're late. Better late than never, homie. Better late than never. All right. And when we drop this, once we end it in an hour or so, going back, check it out, man. Go in the comments there too, also, people. When we drop it on the podcast, man, go in there, man, and comment, man, like, share, and like again, subscribe if you see fit. Ain't nobody being forced to do nothing, man. But hey, man, glad to have you in here, West Coding. You know how I do, man. Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hydro Hustle Swing Trading said, I've been trying to get at my people to start investing. I caught the name, bro. Hydro Hustle Swing Trading. Okay. Look, man, we have to find ways, avenues, solutions to get our people on what we need to have them on, man. Get them out of this BS, man. That time that they would invest in watching that social media, man, that really detracts and subtracts from them. We need to find them where to get them to get on what you're talking about, or the things similar to what you're talking about, things and platforms similar to what we talk about. That's a legitimate investment, bro. And in terms of education, you get me? Hey, man, you need to drop some in this chat, man, then give people some suggestions. However you do what you do in terms of sharing whatever you want to share, you should drop it in here, man, so the people in the chat could understand what's going on, man, and create that space for you, man, to where you doing whatever you need to do, man, to get this out, all right? Real stuff, man. Real stuff. That's what this for. You go on to say, Hydro Hustle Swing Trading goes to say the stock market is not easy unless we invest in high quality stocks. Stay away from penny stocks unless you have lots of experience. Yeah, we know that game, man. I know somebody today that be messing with the penny stock. I be telling that person, hey, man, girl, leader, no, man. Matter of fact, I'm getting my money up out of there. I would get my money up out of there quicker. That thing was eating my money up. Yeah, we know the game, bro. Appreciate that, yo. Appreciate you putting that in the chat, man. Appreciate you putting it. So that's some game right there. See, that's wealth. Education is wealth. All right. Hydro Hustler Swing Trading said the stock market is not easy unless we invest in high quality stocks. Stay away from penny stocks unless you have lots of experience. I hope someone heard that, someone in particular. But if not, I will repeat it at a later time tonight. All right. Appreciate that, Hydro. Appreciate that, bro. And again, man, this platform exists just for that right there. It's education, man. We need to re-educate ourselves, man. We need to learn stuff or those things we need to know and learn so that we can utilize them, so that they'll help us, help to advance us. All right. You're an example of what this chat is about, bro. You're one of many. Thank you. Damu Robbins say, Bub, your vernacular spreads wide, homie. I relate and agree with you on a lot. I've expressed this same game to some of my youngins. We are the vanguard of our people, once that's overstood as a whole. Speak truth to power, homie. We are the revolution. We are the revolutionaries. Real spit, man. And I want to clarify. I want to clarify exactly what I mean so that those who are listening won't twist it. When I say we are the revolution, we are the revolutionaries and the revolutionists. We're talking about in terms of economics. We're talking about in terms of identity, education, society, politics, or whatever affects us in a negative sense or puts us in its way or would have us in this trick bag. We want to change that. That's what we mean by that. That is the revolutionary state of mind, homie. Changing what we know ails us, what does us injustice, what doesn't treat us right or help us or elevate us. We want to change it, though. So therefore, we need to become revolutionaries. Straight up. Straight up. I'm unapologetic about saying it because I mean it. Each and every one of us is a revolutionary, man. The tip of the spear, man. The spear and the shield. We the ones. And that we sitting up waiting on somebody else, man, to be that which we actually exist to be. We'll never get there. We won't change a thing. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Appreciate that, Damu. Appreciate that. Because the power is in the people. The power is in the people, man. And that's the part we got to get to. Understanding that we are the power. I mean that stuff, man. I don't just mean it. So many more like me mean it. I got it from those who meant it. Just stuck with me. Again, and a lot of us have to acknowledge this realization because it's in our thought processes. We just don't acknowledge it all the time, man. It's in our DNA, man. It's in our melanin. We were born revolutionary, man. Real spit, man. Real spit, man. Let's change the game. Let's change the game. That's what I'm pushing. Changing the game. In order to do that, we have to revolutionize the way we think, the way we speak, and how we act, especially towards one another. There it is. And y'all take that and run with it. I ain't talking to the chat. I'm talking to others. Sitting there trying to figure out something. Ain't nothing to figure out. But I'm telling it. I'm saying just what it is. Hmm? Okay, so Hydro Hustler Swing Trading says he has in the comment chat, people, or people in the chat, brothers and sisters, I will be posting some good money plays later on day on my channel. So listen here, Hydro Hustler, put your channel in the chat. All right, put it in the chat, bro. Give it life. Put it in the chat, bro. Because I'm willing to wager some of these brothers and sisters got that mindset, man. Got that mindset. may already be involved, maybe already be thinking about, okay, man, I need to move my money out of this one right here. Because, hey, man, every time I look once a month, I'm lost how much I lost. That's what got me out of line. Man, I'm investing, man. Me and my baby, we invest. We do. Um, and we do it together. We do it separate. Hey, man, I put some money in these get downs, right? Nah, nah. What's them people I deal with? Oh my God. Oh my God. TD. No. TD. Oh my God. I forget the name. TD Trade. I forget the name of them. Man, I called them people so quick. I said, nah, man. Send my money. Oh, it's gonna take us. No, it didn't take y'all that many days to get my money. Get my money out of that stock right there. Out of them penny stock. Get it out of there now. Yeah, I got it in a couple of days, tell the truth. But I'm like, hey man, no, that shit ain't cool. Don't invest in that no more, bub. And I haven't. I have not. You know, and some of that stuff, hey man, that's a part of the game, part of the scheme. You know, and like black folk just, they think a lot of us just, well, truth of the matter is, a lot of us do throw money away. Truth of the matter is, a lot of us do not understand finances and economics. A lot of us don't really grasp what the term capitalism mean. You know, that's the truth. So Hydro Hustler Swing Trading. I imagine then his channel is Hydro Hustler Swing Trading. Is that IG? Is that on IG, bro? I imagine that would be on IG as well. All right, Poke Mitchell, man, real spit, man. Power is in the people. Power is in the people. Man, look, can't nobody give us power, man. In fact, I'm gonna go one better. Ain't nobody gonna give us power. Straight up. Okay, so Hydro Hustle Swing Trading, his channel is on YouTube, people. Let's go in there and check that out, man. Let's give him a like. Let's share that, man, and give him some comments, man. Even subscribe, man. I do that with most, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go check you out, bro. That's a fact. That is a fact. And more than likely you'll see I'm gonna leave a comment, and this is what I do with those brothers. I tend to want to help, do their thing. All right. But okay. So hey, Poke, I hear you though, man. Power is in the people. But like I said too, homie, seriously, thank you. Thank you, man. And love you for being in the chat. All right. Uh YouTube. Okay. Salute right back to you, bro. Hydro Hustle sending that salute, man. Right back to you, bro. I'm gonna go check your get down out, man. And again, man, we suggest that y'all go check that get down out like we suggest. That get down is Hydro Hustler Swing Training on YouTube. We're gonna go check out, man, Poke Mitchell Podcast, man, on YouTube. We got Game Banging Life Coach, man. That's Coach Zoe on YouTube. Go check him out, man. Let's give him some, man. That's love. Let's give him some love. Let's give him some support. Straight up, man. Straight up. And again, I'll say it again. I'll say it again. We speak no evil. We see no evil. We hear no evil. What we talk about is above board, man. It's above board. I'm not gonna lie on nobody. You know, hey, I'm not gonna gossip with nobody. I'm not gonna go back and forth with nobody. And we should not allow ourselves, none of us should allow ourselves to do that. That's energy wasted. That's energy wasted. We got a lot of them. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. A lot of them are gonna do what they're gonna do. And I'm speaking about podcasters, all right? So leave them be. Leave them where they at, y'all. Leave them where they at, man. Don't meet them where they at. Leave them where they at, all right? As always, man, I love to get down, man. I do this for us. The next setting, man, the next sitting, you'll see some changes back there. In terms of the visual, I'm changing that too. I'm lining it up for the people, man, so that the people can appreciate coming to this get down, man. I think that's warranted. I think you deserve it. So I'm gonna take care of it. It will be taken care of. All right. Um, the suggestions that were made about talking to the youngs, getting them on the get down, that's something I'll apply myself to that. See if I can make that happen sooner than soon. Uh, the contact, man, with Cooks, with Raymond Cooks. I got a line on that, man. Don't But like I say, give Kev Mack his medals, man. He did that, and it was an excellent job. Again, man, to Hydro Hustle Swing Trading, let's check him out. All right, let's check him out, man. The brother gonna have something for us, man. He's in this chat. Let's see what he's talking about. All right, let's see if we can invest in something, based on his ideas and suggestions, his education, that's going to uplift us, man. That's going to advance us. All right. That being said, power is in the people. The power is in the people. Trust yourself, man, so you can trust a brother and sister look just like you. Love yourself so that you can pay that love forward, man, to somebody who needs it. All right. Take care of yourself so that you can take care of those who need your support, man, your protection. All right. You have been, you are, and you will be under the groove, people. Power is in the people. One love. Peace.